Hello and welcome to this NIM tutorial on custom JavaScript columns. As a NIM administrator, you can create custom JavaScript columns to transform existing data or return new values based on that data. To start off, we will create a custom JavaScript column in one of our source tables. It is important to note that custom JavaScript columns created in source tables can only reference columns within that same table. Columns that you create in a source table can be referenced any number of times throughout NIM, just like a normal column of source data. We are going to start by expanding a source table, from Google in this case, but this same process applies to any table that returns data. I'm going to select the Users table, then go to the Columns tab. Clicking Add will create an additional column and open the JavaScript editor. In this case, I want to create a script that separates and returns the username portion of each user's email address. I'm going to start by naming my column. This should be something that describes the function of the column. Now let's insert our JavaScript in the code pane. I'm using a script I made ahead of time, but if we take a look here, we can see that this script is referencing this row of my table data. We can use this table data window to put column references directly into our script. First, I'll put my cursor where I want the data. Then click the green arrow to insert the column reference in JavaScript notation. Optionally, you can click Insert a JavaScript function to insert hash functions, vault queries, or variable queries. If I click Test Script, we can see the results in the script result value field. In this case, we can see that our new column returns just the username portion for each user, as desired. Now we will click Save and Close. Down in the table data, if I scroll over, we can see that our new column returns just the username portion for each user, as desired. Next, we are going to cover custom JavaScript columns within filters. When you create a custom JavaScript column on a filter, unlike on a source table, you can reference any field that is returned by the filter. These can be fields from any of the tables referenced by the filter. While this makes custom columns on a filter more flexible than those created on a source table, custom columns on a filter must be recreated on each filter where you want to use them. Next, I'll go to Processing, Filters, and scroll down to a filter prepared for this tutorial. Clicking Edit will take us into the filter configuration. First, I'll run my filter to make sure everything is working correctly. Then I will head to the Column Specification tab to create a new column using the Add Script column button. For this custom JavaScript column, I want to combine several pieces of data into a single result. After giving it a name, I'll paste my script into the code pane. This script should return the person's name, title, and office location. Upon testing the script, we can see the result it returns: Aaron Lopez, Marketing Assistant, Headquarters. After saving and closing the script, we will run the filter again. Scrolling over, we can see our new column containing the data we wanted from the filter. Let's do one more example inside of this filter. I'll head back to Column Specification to add a second script column. For this script, I wanted to return a Boolean value depending on whether the user has a personal email associated with their account. After giving the column a name, I'll paste my script into the code pane. Clicking Test Script shows us that Aaron Lopez has a personal email present on his account. Scrolling down to the personal email field, then clicking forward on the Account Preview button, we find that Jermaine Taylor has no such email associated. Clicking Test Script again, we can see the value has changed to false as desired. Now I'll save and close, then run the filter one final time. Scrolling over, we can now see both our custom fields are working as intended. Thanks for joining us in this NIM tutorial on custom JavaScript columns. We hope this has given you some ideas for using custom JavaScript columns in your own NIM implementation.